So, guess what? I just found out that I am having a baby. I was like, let me go pee on a stick, because I think I was also excited because we've been wanting this. There it was, the faint line, and oh my gosh, I was like, okay, I'm not gonna get excited.
Hello, baby. We just drove a very, very long way. We drove for 2 hours. Can you believe it? But you are such a good boy. And I thank the Lord for you. Noki, noki, ka mama. Noki, noki, ka mama. Look at how beautiful you are inside there. I love you so much, though I haven't met you yet. Ntanda, Murdo. Mommy loves you so much. I want you to know that Mommy loves you. Oh, this is such a blessing. You. We're getting bigger. Ooh, wow. Hey, look at you, getting bigger and bigger. Hey, sweetie. Oh, you're getting so big. But I think you are perfect. I think you are perfect. Baby, I can't wait to meet you. But I also do low-key want you to stay in there a little longer. But not too long. Love you, love you, love you. Loves, it's so rough. It is so rough. Oh my gosh. Oh, I'm really just, I think,
I'm sorry. It's okay. It's not mother's fault. When did the pain start?
on Friday. Last week.
Last week.
Yes.
And it becomes more severe?
Every day, yes.
Every day.
This is like day 5 in hospital, you guys, and let's just say it's tough, it's rough, but I am tougher, I am rougher. I'm joking, you guys, I'm actually not tough, I'm not rougher. I am just so defeated. The pain I'm feeling is relentless, and man, but I don't know, like for me, I may say that I'm defeated, but I don't think my spirit is like that. I think I am a person who's just like, it's like eternally, which means this one will also pass. This too shall pass. And yeah, that's just my spirit. It's just another story. So yesterday, I experienced some bleeding, vaginal bleeding. I am 5 months pregnant. So yeah, they found out that my cervix is open and there's amniotic fluid leaking. And guys, when I tell you, you know there's something wrong. Like, they were speaking Mandarin. I don't speak Chinese, I don't understand it. So they were whispering in Chinese and I don't even understand. So they didn't even have to whisper. But I just picked up that, whoa, something must be terribly wrong. And when they finished, I was like, what's wrong? And then my doctor explained to me the condition, which means my cervix cannot hold the pregnancy. So now I am hospitalized. I'm on antibiotic fluids. And also they gave me also like oral medication to prevent any contractions happening. The longer the child is in me, the better. So I think they're buying us time. Guys, like, there's all these challenges, and I just, apart from the biological challenges, the physical challenges, there's emotional challenges that come from every direction in the workplace. We'll unpack all of that. Just how your relationship is also tested during this time. There's just a lot of challenges, but this is life, as you don't know how strong you are until you have to be strong. And now I've got a headache. I think it's from all the crying from yesterday and this morning. So I'm just gonna take a nap, and I think by the time you guys see this video, it's gonna be long past what's happening. I just don't feel strong enough to post all of this and be vulnerable in real time, but I just do know that I do want to document my journey. I haven't told my family yet. I haven't told my mom, mostly because when I'm in this state, I just, everything just happened now, this morning. I need to find strength within me first, and then I can, because I don't know how other people's reactions are going to be, and I need to be able to hold space, which is an unfortunate thing, but it's a thing. It's a real thing. And also, this morning I was like, I've lost faith in, the baby and survival, but I haven't lost faith in God's plan, because I know He has a plan for me. Hey dolls, my name is Jay, and I am new to the YouTube community. Yay, finally. And I say finally because I've always known that I do want to start my YouTube channel. I've always felt like I have something important to say. When you have conversations with people, they kind of like, you should actually start a YouTube channel. You should have a podcast. You should do this. And I was like, I know, right? But I always felt like I have to be interesting. It has to be my weight loss journey. It has to be when I move apartments. It has to be when I travel. And in fact, I always thought that my first upload would be a travel vlog. But things didn't turn out that way. But like I said, always felt like I have something important to say, and all the people that I draw inspiration from, they like just start. And I believe in God, so I always believe in God's timing. So even when my friends were like, just start, I'm like, when God says so. When God says so. So what brings me here today is that the weight loss didn't happen. The moving apartments did happen, but it's not why we're here, right? And finally, the travel did happen, but that's not why we're here either. We are here today to share my journey and my experience with fertility and health. So that's what has forced me to come and sit here. This is something, what I'm going to share is, I think parts of it is something that is very personal to me. So I wouldn't normally share it, but if I didn't feel that other women and other families need to hear it, then otherwise I'd be like, okay, I can go with it being unsaid. But I do think that we do have to make noise about certain conditions that affect our fertility as women. So so it wasn't the travel vlog, obviously. So I do feel like, they're right when they say you want to see God laugh, make your own plans. Ta-da! And also, I feel like I have a purpose, and God is going to help me walk in that purpose. And so God does not, how does the saying go? God does not call the qualified, He qualifies the called. Whoop. So basically, guys, let's get down to it. So a couple of years ago, I think about 3 years ago, I was diagnosed with uterine fibroids. And those of you who don't know what fibroids are, they basically tumors that grow within the uteral wall, uterine or uteral, uterine wall, inside, in the within the wall and outside the uterus. So they're not cancerous, so they call it benign, which means not cancerous. And also, guys, please, a big disclaimer, I'm not a medical professional. I am just sharing my journey and my story and just how I experienced it. And I'll try and share some information how I understood it. But if you want to learn more, please contact your health provider or your medical experts, or go do your own research. But basically, then that happened, and then fast forward to this year, April, my partner and I, we approached my doctor and we were like, oh, we want to start a family. And so she did all the checks and everything was fine except for the fibroids, but they were tiny, you know, like 2 centimeters. So she was like, they're not going to pose any problems, especially yours are outside the uterus, so we don't have to worry. But she did warn me that they might get bigger because of the hormones and the blood supply, so they might just grow bigger, and then we will monitor and see if they causing problems. And we were like, okay. And since I've had these things for the past 3 years, I was like, what harm, you know? Little did I know that when I did fall pregnant, April of this year, I then I went through my first trimester. It was terrible because of the normal, like just getting sick, etc., etc. But then I was looking forward to my second trimester, where everyone was like, that's the honeymoon trimester. So we got to the second trimester, and then my problems began. I got an infection from my fibroids. Apparently, they were not getting enough blood supply, so they became necrotic. So basically what this means, here are these things, they're living off my body and my blood supply. So now that I'm pregnant, the one just outside my uterus, the doctor explained, but I can't really say exactly what they were saying, but I can try. But basically, it's not getting enough blood supply. And so because of this, it started dying, kind of infected. Yeah. Basically, then now I'm in pain, excruciating pain. I don't think I've experienced that much pain, you know, in my whole life. Or maybe I forgot. But basically, I'm in so much pain and I'm in hospital, and I was immediately admitted. So when I went in, I couldn't, at some point, like the pain was becoming, it was progressing so fast that I'm in pain today, and in 3 days time I can't walk due to that pain. And then I was hospitalized. I was in hospital and they gave me antibiotics, etc., etc. This is now in my second trimester. I'm 5 months pregnant. And so and the fibroids have grown. I forgot to mention that they had grown. They were 2 centimeters when we began, and they were 8 centimeters by the time I was 5 months pregnant, which is alarming. So then the doctors, you know, they monitor my baby's my heartbeat, and it's there, and everything is fine with the baby. I'm just the one who's in pain. And so that got managed, excuse me, through antibiotics and some other medication and pain meds. But the pain medication was not enough, because you can't be on heavy medical medicine when you're pregnant. So I was given mild painkillers, and so the journey continued. I then went out of hospital, came home to recover, and that took around about like a week. And so that took around a week, and then one morning, my partner and I were being intimate, and I started bleeding. And then we went to the hospital. But now, what I must mention is that earlier in our pregnancy, I did, like in my first trimester, I did experience some bleeding, but we went to the hospital and the doctors were like, no, don't worry, it happens, there's nothing wrong with the baby. And we were relieved, and yeah, there was nothing wrong. So my partner was like, maybe we just need to monitor it and see how, if it's not going to subside or go away on its own. But I was like, no, man, this is a lot of blood. And also, I don't want us to just leave it to chance. Like, if there's something wrong, I would like it to be caught on time. So we went to the hospital, to the ER. It was a Sunday, so we couldn't see my gynecologist. So we went to the ER, and they kind of checked me vaginally, and also through an ultrasound, and everything checked out to be okay. And she was like, go home and monitor the bleeding. So that's what we did. And as a result, I got home, and by the time it was like bedtime, the bleeding was actually much less. So I was relieved, I was fine. And the next day, I was actually due for my routine prenatal visit. So then go to the hospital the next day, and my doctor's like, oh, I was told that you were in the ER yesterday. And this was like the thing during my pregnancy. I was in and out of hospital, the ER, always there, because then I was just not well. So we went back in, and my doctor was like, I was told that I learned that you were in the ER yesterday, so I'm going to order the normal tests and checks, but I'm also going to order a transvaginal ultrasound. So all this time, since the first time we learned that we're pregnant, that was the only time that I had a transvaginal ultrasound. So normally they'd be on my abdomen. And then now this time, this is the second time that we're having a transvaginal ultrasound since the beginning of my pregnancy. And she said, we just need to make sure of, something. And then she did that. And guys, I'm not lying to you, like, they speak Mandarin, and I could just see their faces. They did not have to say, my doctor did not have to say anything to me. I could just see her face, and I sat there, and I, tears started coming out, like rolling down my cheeks as I laid there. She was having a discussion with the other doctor, and something told me, like, don't interrupt them, because I could see that she was seeking understanding. And then then once they were done with the discussion, she turned and looked at me, and I was like, what's wrong? And at this point, I'm crying, silently though. And she was like, your cervix has dilated, it's shortened, and we're gonna have to put you on bed rest. So she put me on bed rest immediately. And so she called the nurses to bring the gurney, and then I was transferred to the delivery ward. Mind you, when I was admitted in a hospital for the fibroids, I was put in a gynecology ward, but not the delivery ward. So when they put me into the delivery ward, I was like, what's going on? And guys, I'm not lying to you, this is the first time I've ever heard or learned of the term cervical insufficiency or cervical incompetency. I've never heard that. So my doctor was like, it seems like you have this condition, so we're gonna admit you, and we're gonna monitor you throughout the night, and if your condition worsens tomorrow, we might have to put a stitch. It's called a curtilage or something like that. I'm not sure how you pronounce it, but basically they stitch up your cervix so that it holds the pregnancy. So what cervical insufficiency is, it means that your baby is growing and your uterus is getting bigger, your cervix stays closed to hold that pregnancy in place. So then
my cervix weakened and it opened, and that means now the baby is going to come out, and it's not time because I'm 20 weeks. So then she explained all these, things, but basically that's what it is. So now I'm in hospital, I'm admitted, and then literally the next day I went into labor, and for a couple of hours, and I was not aware that the baby is going to come out as you normally would give birth. I thought they're going to cut it out, and I don't know what I thought was going to happen. But a 20 weeks baby is a baby, you guys. Like, I just never expected it to be like that, and it's breech. So I went into labor, and the heartbeat was still there, and I was like, when is my baby's heartbeat gonna stop? It was very emotionally devastating, which is I think that's a story for another video. But basically then I gave birth to a stillborn, so we lost our baby. And the point of this video is I was a first-time mom. Let me not even do that. I still feel like I'm a mom. I was a first-time mom. I'm going to use those words, lack of better words. And I just know that I think it was very confusing for me to have a healthy baby, but the pregnancy itself doesn't work out. There was nothing wrong with my child. My body, I felt like my body has failed me. So I obviously, after my doctor had explained, I go to the internet and I find that there's so many other women that have gone through this, and it happens in their first pregnancy, and then they say they went on to have children later, and because of their history now they were able to look out for it. And my question is like, I keep asking my doctor, like, how did you not catch it? I was here for every appointment, each time, all the time. Why was the transvaginal ultrasound not ordered? Like, why? I still am in that confusion, guys. Like, if anyone has been through this, if there's a medical doctor listening to this who can explain, I would appreciate it. And it was crazy that, like, the statistics are like it happens to 0.5 to 1% of pregnancies. Guys, I think even being educated, if this term was introduced to me, at least I would have expected it. Like in the first trimester, I remember my partner and I were very worried because we were told the first trimester is the most fragile one. Like, you just want to just be careful, take it easy. And so we did. So after we were past that, I felt like, whew, okay, we're okay. And then boom, cervical insufficiency. What is that? So we sat in that confusion. I went online to do a lot of research and seeing other women have gone through this. And it was also in the second trimester when you think you're okay and you pass the danger zone, but you're not. But it was alarming at how it's just not caught in time. It's like very silent. It sneaks up on you. I felt very betrayed. I felt robbed. But like I said, we're gonna have another video for the emotional part, and also just having your loved ones around you, and also just having the support that you need and support that you actually don't need and actually don't want. Like, I just want also to explore that avenue of things. So that's what happened, you guys. And like I said, the point of this video is to advocate for yourself. If you feel like you want to go into hospital every week to check if your cervix is still intact, and it's because mine, like a normal cervix is about 3 to 4 centimeters, and mine has gone back to 3 centimeters. But by the time I was about to lose my baby,
it was less than 1 centimeter. Like, advocate for yourself. I think there should be an education on all the possibilities on how you could lose your child and all the other conditions. I understand that doctors don't want to make us panic, but I do think that I should have been given a heads up to say, look, in the second trimester, you could look for this, because it was just the first trimester that I was told, like, careful. Then I was like, okay. But advocate for yourself, guys. Advocate for yourself. Educate yourself. There's not enough. I was still taken aback by the fibroids and how much pain they caused, and no one had educated me. Like, my doctor never mentioned that they could be infected. She just said they could get bigger. So I just want someone out there to know, if they've gone through this, you're not alone. Because it also gave me comfort knowing that I'm not the only one who's gone through this. And I know, like, there's another couple that I just watched on YouTube, because obviously the algorithm is going to attract all of these things. But the couple was also telling their story, which was even more scary. But I just can't put in words how much it was helpful to watch them go through that. Not that it was satisfying, but it was like, I'm not alone. So that's what I'm trying to do here. Anyone who's watching it, who's gone through it, you're not alone. It's something that I don't wish on my worst enemy. I don't think I have enemies, but I don't enemy on anyone. How do I say that? But anyway, yeah, you get me. But I do think we should ask for that. So now I was asking my doctor, what's the plan? What's the course of action? Like, what's going to happen now that I've had miscarried? When can I conceive again? What happens to the fibroids? And I'm still healing emotionally. I'm still it comes in waves. Like I said, we'll have another video for that. But anyway, thank you so much for sitting and listening. I hope there was something that you did get from this video. And also, like I said, I'm no medical professional. Please go and talk to a medical provider, a medical expert, or educate yourself outside of this video. I'm just a person who's sharing the experience. And yeah, guys, I am hoping to see you in the next video, because I also do want to touch on things like the emotional part of it, the emotional journey, the healing, the emotional and the healing journey. I think that will go together. I want to go through the finances, because wow, it's like, we can't afford to get sick these days. You can't afford to, yeah, so that's what I want to do. I hope we do grow together on this channel. Please like, comment, and subscribe. Did I just say that? I just said that. And hopefully I'll be faster when I said like, comment, and subscribe. Yeah. And yeah, guys, I hope to see you in the next video, and we grow together. Bye bye.